Welcome back to the Insider. I know it's been a minute. I'm super sorry, but today I have the one and only Jerry Garcia, the one who inspired me to make my own podcast. So he's he's someone big to me. Okay, he has his own podcast, the Llama Podcast. If you haven't listened to it, because you live under a rock, you guys should honestly listen to it. Yeah, this is Jared. Thank you for coming on my
Dude,
podcast.
heck yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Because, dude, like, I'm be honest, like, you were telling me about when you wanted to start this, right?
I did.
And I was telling you, I was like, you were like nervous. You're like, what do I need? I'm like, dude, you don't need anything, right? If you want, you can make it better. I was telling you how I recorded with my laptop, and now I have like this camera and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And like you like progress as you go, and what you feel is like what you need or whatever, and like, but I saw that you were just starting it, like you were just doing it, and it's something that a lot of people have come to me when they talked about, like, because like a lot of people told me the same thing, that they wanted to start a podcast about something.
Yeah.
I think you and one other person were telling me something about a sports thing, but you're the only person that I know that has been doing it consistently. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was doing it
Like,
every week, but then I stopped because school and then August came up. But now I'm gonna hop on back on the grind
yeah,
and see how it goes.
yeah, dude, you inspire me too, man, because I see you posting stuff and I'm like, man, I'm slacking too.
Yeah.
I was posting for like once a week too, and then life gets in the way sometimes, so I know how it is.
It's hard
But you're
because
the
you want to
you're the only person
focus.
that you have the passion for it, and you have like I could tell there's something that you really like, and you're trying to like do really good at it, and it's going good, bro. I love it.
Appreciate it. Because, some people do it for views. And even though I don't get that many views, but I love sports. And if I could
Yeah,
talk about anything, it's sports. And hopefully in the future, maybe I could get a career sports wise.
yeah,
I'm not winking at Fox Sports to have me on Undisputed or other Colin Cowherd, but maybe one day.
yeah. Yeah, and then you got to think too, like, who are the people that they're gonna have on there, right? Especially now, like in the new internet era, it's
Yeah.
gonna be people that are willing to do stuff on their own, And yeah, you're going good, bro. I can't wait to see you on commentating the Super Bowl or something.
El Mundial in 2028.
For real, huh? Be
And
hella bad.
well, since it is kind of a sports podcast, but we talk about everything here. It's been
Hmm.
shows where we start off talking about soccer and we end up talking about our personal life. So, Jared, I know what football team we root for, but I want to ask you a question. What what's your opinion on the new quarterback of the 49ers?
Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Okay, Trey Lance. Honestly, when I thought we were gonna draft him, I thought he was the person we were gonna get because I just think he has everything that I think the 49ers want. Because you got to think about, they want someone that has a lot of athleticism, right?
Right.
Somebody that's like, because you got to look at the other quarterbacks too. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, but there's no chance you're going to get him, right? So it's like, who's the
Impossible.
other options, you had all these other people, and they're making moves to try to get up there so they can get the guy they want, and Trey Lance, I think, is perfect because he shows that he has a lot of athletic ability and knowledge. And I think I watched a little bit of his like of him playing, and I think he's really good. I don't think he should be starting. I know it was kind of weird for a little bit, like they
Yeah.
weren't sure or something.
You think he's
And
gonna start?
I don't, no, no, no. Well, it's already official that
Yeah,
Jimmy G
he's
is going to start.
oh sorry, I don't keep up with the 49ers.
Oh no, no, yeah, but it was kind of weird because he was like, "I guess I'm gonna start." Right? It's kind of
Yeah.
like because it was in question, right? But I don't think it should be
It's
because
never
he's
a
a
good
rookie.
idea for a rookie to start. Only if it's like you're in a turbo situation like the Jets are or Jacksonville.
Yep.
That's the only two. But if
Hmm.
you have a good team, you guys have a really good defense. You guys don't. There's no rush for you guys to start
Mm-mm.
Trey Lance. If there was
It's
a
just
rush,
him
then
learning.
understand. Yeah, he could even start like the second half of the season once he gets a like he learns more of the playbook and stuff like that. Even though I hate the 49ers, but that's like the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
You should never rush your rookie quarterback into the system.
Yeah, because I always tell him, like, if you look at when you see these like superstars, right? And even somebody that's like drafted, like at the first 100 people that are drafted, every single one of them in their hometown in high school, they were a superstar. Like they were the best guy on the damn team, you know? And you could see in the clips that they watched, they go for like 100 yard. rushing touchdowns.
Crazy.
They throw 50-yard freaking receptions, all this stuff, right? It's like
Yeah.
insane. But once they get into the NFL,
They
and
suck.
yeah, they suck. Or even in college, when you watch the college games, it's like that's why they have the different divisions, because there's no way that like some of these people like they're already like at such a high level, and even at the high level, there's people that still suck, you know, and then
Yeah.
you throw them into these people that are doing it for their life, and it's just like no way. This guy has been doing this literally since he was 14, and he's like Tom Brady. He's 44. He's been playing
Crazy.
football before you were born. Like there's no chance you have anything to be close to him.
Okay, so I'm gonna switch it to a little bit to Tom Brady. I'm not sure you watched or you saw the highlights against Tampa and the
I saw some of
Cowgirls
them.
and the
Yes,
Cowgirls.
the Cowgirls. Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, the
Dude,
Cowgirls.
screw the Cowboys. I freaking hate the Cowboys.
No, you said it wrong. Cowgirls.
The Cowgirls. I freaking hate them, dude.
Yeah.
Worst
So
team in the NFL behind the Raiders, right? Them and the Raiders. I hate them.
no, I think it's first is the Bears, then it's the Cowgirls.
The Bears are a pretty hateable team too.
Yeah, I'm a Packers fan. Aaron Rodgers is the goat for life.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is my goat.
Aaron Rodgers is really good. I've always liked Aaron Rodgers, and I feel like he's not appreciated as much. He's a
Bro,
beast.
I want to ask you, were you you probably weren't even into football at the time, but I know you heard rumors about when Aaron Rodgers was gonna get drafted. He was supposed to go to the 49ers.
Yeah.
Right? You think you guys would have a few more rings right now if Aaron Rodgers was your QB?
Well, that's hard to say. How many does he? How many does Aaron Rodgers have? Does he have any rings?
He has one.
He has one, right? Okay.
Yes.
I don't know. I think he's very consistent, and I feel like he would have had an opportunity to do good in like the system that the 49ers have, because they've been like a superstar team before, and they kind of understand what it takes to do that. Because I feel like he's always been like he hasn't reached his potential. You know what I mean? Like to the full extent, I think. Because I watch him and I watch like how like he doesn't get like this a lot of support, from the rest of his
On
team.
the offensive side.
Yeah, he has no like. I mean, he has some
He has
people.
one good wide receiver, and that's Devontae Adams. And then he's only good with. They say Aaron Rodgers is a top. No, Aaron Jones is a top 5 quarterback, no, running back. Even though he's not that. He's good because of Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers. Because people focus on Aaron Rodgers, so then you have the open space for the running back.
Yeah, and that's the thing that when you have somebody that's so good, it's like they make other people better.
Yeah.
And but it doesn't have the like think about like Tom Brady, right? He has all these he has Chris Godwin, he has Robert
Gronk, he has the
Gronkowski.
beast defense.
Yeah, it's like he has all these things to help, and even over there with the Patriots, he has Julian Edelman. He had all these people,
He had
It's like
Gronk over there too.
he had Gronk over there too. It's like they have opportunity to be able to do something better, and that's the same thing that I feel like Aaron Rodgers hasn't had the opportunity to do something really big.
And when I think of the 49ers, I've always seen you guys have a good overall team. You guys just have always been missing a quarterback
Yeah,
for like a minute, bro. Like
yeah.
you guys
and,
have
like,
every position except a quarterback, the most important position in football. But maybe that changed with this new quarterback.
that's the thing too. It's like they've been for the past like what 8 years or something, 10 years. It's like we've been flip flopping on people. We had Alex Smith, we had Colin Kaepernick, Jimmy Garoppolo, all these people. And it's like we're desperate to find somebody to like represent the team. Because
Yeah.
Patriots had Tom Brady for the longest time. The Packers have Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers.
Steelers have Big Ben. Everybody has like their quarterback that they rely on. And us, we've had like in the past decade, I think 4 or 5 quarterbacks, like
That's
starting
crazy.
quarterbacks. That's like, we're desperate.
Yeah.
And it's like, I hope Trey Lance does well, but you never know.
Only the future would tell.
Yeah, I hope he does well.
Well, I'm not a 49ers fan, but just because of you, I hope they do. I hope they do well because of you, even though I'm not a
Yeah.
big 49ers fan.
Yeah, I get you. I'm although I'm a big Niners fan, I like watching, like, I don't like every team, but I do like, I know who the good people are,
On
who the
on
people,
teams.
yeah, and I know who the the people are the people to look out for, right?
Yeah.
And I like to watch them reach their greatness, to do good things, reach their potential, to do, just to be beasts,
Yeah.
So I love watching football games anytime, and if it's somebody doing something good, I'll watch it. It's like with any sport. Like tennis is a sport that I like
I
a lot.
love tennis. Well, I love playing tennis.
Oh yeah, you should watch tennis, bro. Especially if you look at like the women's. Like, I'll say women's tennis is the only women's sport that is actually fun to watch. Every
Yeah.
other sport, not really fun. Maybe volleyball because they're also pretty competitive amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Volleyball and tennis, the only ones that are really entertaining to watch
All right.
because they have such like good skill.
I want to ask you a crazy question. If you have to pick two teams that are going to be in the Super Bowl, who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl? Even though it's super early predictions, super early.
Who's in the E? Honestly, I feel like Tom Brady might just do it again because he's crazy. And I'm
I
like
doubt
on a
it.
Tom Brady high, like I'm like Tom Brady, you know, not him, Patrick Mahomes, you know.
So it's going to be a
Uh,
rematch from last year?
I don't know. It's hard to tell because I think the Chiefs, they're a good team, and they've gone to Super Bowl already. How many?
I
Three
think
times,
three times. And
and
they
pretty
won
frequently.
once.
Yeah, and they're obviously a very consistent and amazing team, but um I don't know. I think maybe because I don't know, in the East nobody's really doing anything, and over here on the other side I'm trying to think who.
So I think in the NFC, I really like the Rams and I like the Packers. I don't know
The
why, but
Rams are really good. That's true too.
I feel I feel if any team's gonna flop, I don't know why it's gonna be Tampa Bay, just because of the way I saw them play against the Cowgirls. Because the Cowgirls
Mm.
aren't really a good of a team, and
You saw that
they kept it
that
close.
fumble by Chris Godwin?
Yeah.
That was horrible. He was holding it the whole time and then just drops it. Oh my god,
I was
so bad.
laughing because, dude, I didn't want no one to win. Like, I'm not a Cowgirls fan, and I'm not a Tampa Bay fan. So I was like, can
Yeah,
both teams lose? Is it possible for both teams to lose?
for
Uh,
real.
all right. So I want to ask you a question. I know you're in our fantasy league,
Yeah.
fantasy football team. Um, I don't know when I'm gonna have to go against you, but I hope you lose. Uh,
Whatever. I have a pretty good team in that league, dude.
really?
I think so. Yeah, we're on the ESPN, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. I think I have a pretty good team on there, if I remember.
Who do you think is gonna lose the whole thing?
Who's gonna do this whole thing?
Yes.
Let me look at the people on there. Hold up. How do you look at everybody? I'm trying to
You
remember.
you go to league and it goes down. There's only six of us because no one wanted to join, bro.
Dude, everybody sucks. Okay, let me look here.
It's me, Esteban, you, Nathan Gill, and Benji from New York.
I feel like
I feel
I
Benji
remember I feel like Nathan. Nathan sucks booty.
Gill.
Uh yeah. No. The other Nathan. What isn't that? Is the other Nathan in here?
Oh, Mesa? No, he's not on it.
Oh, he's not on here. Well, I hope
Yeah.
Nathan Gill also loses. He's
I
my
think
primo.
Benji's gonna. Hey, we need to come up with a punishment. Okay, what do you think a punishment should be for a loser?
It's hard, dude. That's hard to think about. A punishment.
I said
Are
be
we
something in
doing?
public.
Are we doing money in this league? I can't remember.
I know because they said they don't want to do money, and I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you guys are whack.
Man, that's whack, dude. I'm in this one. I think it's like $25. But let me see. The punishment. Maybe just like, I don't know. You just have to make a
We have
stupid post.
we have to think about something.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, because like they obviously have to post something. I think
Yeah,
since we all live far away,
yeah.
they have to post something kind of embarrassing or stupid. Like maybe they could post like, uh, I'm against vaccines,
What
and then like,
the guy with the sign
yeah,
out on
they're
the
like
streets?
the vaccine will kill you, and they have
That'd
to
be
leave it
funny.
up for a week and try to defend it.
That'd be funny. All
Uh,
right. So I know we talked a little bit about football. Football season starts Sunday. So I don't know when I'm gonna post this, but hopefully it's up before then.
yeah.
Okay. But I want to ask you, you're not a big soccer fan, but since it's kind of related to sports, who do you think had a better debut? Cristiano Ronaldo, the GOAT for me, he scored a double. he scored 2 goals against West Ham, or Messi, who scored 0 goals in his debut with PSG. And they have an all-star team. Remember that.
Yeah, PSG team is pretty stacked. They
Everywhere.
have Mbappe, they have Neymar, they have Messi, all these
Messi,
people.
Di Maria, Sergio Ramos, Donnarumma. I could go
Dude,
on
doesn't
and
it
on.
feel like
Bro, they're
doesn't it feel
bench,
like
bro.
the primetime Barcelona team and Real Madrid? Like
Back then, yeah.
feels like that.
It's crazy.
Oh, dude, it's really crazy, and
You know what's gonna
but
be funny? If they don't win the Champions League.
uh-huh.
With that team, if
Yeah,
they
that would
don't
be
win it,
funny.
I'm gonna be laughing at my cousin who's a big Messi fan. I'm be like, what?
Yeah. I mean, Appa, estoy haciendo un podcast. Okay. I was like, I had to let my dad know.
You
He's looking
good.
at me confused. He thinks I'm talking to the camera.
He was like, who are you talking to?
Yeah, my dad's like, man, my son got mental issues.
That's funny.
No, but okay. So Messi, his debut kind of sucked, right? Because
I
he
agree.
got subbed. He got subbed in for
Mm,
Neymar.
yeah. It was
That
like
was his
what 30
like
minutes. He played for like
yeah,
30
with
minutes, I
30
think.
minutes. Yeah, and it was very, just like uneventful. I'm like, how are you gonna have Messi sub in for Neymar out of everybody? You
Yeah.
know, I thought that was horrible. Just like from the team, I was like, just let him play, dude. Like it's not like this
In the
game is that
beginning.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like especially because soccer they play so many games. Soccer's kind of like basketball almost, where they play games all the
So
damn
many
time.
games. And like if you lose a game, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, especially early. It's like who cares?
Yeah.
Like it's a one out of like 200 games they're gonna play. Like who cares? And but Ronaldo, I mean, I've always tried to think like who's the GOAT, right? I
And
think
it's hard to
Ronaldo's
compare
debut. It is because they're very different people.
in
They're very
different
different in their
positions.
play style. Yeah, everything. And you got to think. I think Ronaldo, he has so much athleticism, and he's just like a beast. You could see it in how he is and how athletic. Like this guy can jump like 4 or 5 feet in the air. Like that's insane. You know, and and then Messi, he doesn't have that. Where it's like athletic ability, but he's very consistent and he's very,
He's a
like
playmaker.
he's a playmaker. He has knowledge about it. Now, I'm not saying Ronaldo doesn't,
Yeah.
but
But I feel like Messi's
Ronaldo
more
has that.
smart. And what this is how I see it. Sorry to interrupt you. But
No, you're good.
Messi's more of a playmaker. He gives more assists and stuff like that. But when I think of Ronaldo, I think of a finisher. Like he
Yep.
finishes, he scores, he's a goal scorer. He's a machine.
hmm Yeah, and it's like Messi either he'll set himself up,
Something like
using
that.
people to set himself up, or he'll set people up in a position where they just can't,
Miss.
mess up. But Ronaldo, he's like, I'll make it happen, whatever
I'll,
it's there.
I'll take it. I'll take it all the way.
Yeah, I'll take it, and I was like, he gives you the ball. He's like, you better give it back to me right here. Like you better give
In
it
this
back because
spot.
you're gonna mess it up. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna mess it up, but I won't.
I feel you.
It's kind of I feel they are like they have like I feel like even their mentality, very different because obviously when you're so big like that, you get a little bit of ego, right? Like
Of
I
course.
think even Messi,
Yeah,
because he's in the conversation of go. He has to think like I'm pretty hot stuff. You know what I mean?
of course.
But he's way more humble about it, and I feel like Ronaldo's kind of like a little bit of a god complex to
Yeah.
him. Not saying that it's bad, or whatever. Well, it kind of is bad, but that's what I feel like it pushes him, and that motivates him to do really good because he holds himself so highly.
When and you say it's bad, but this is what I think. I think like can we say like it's being cocky, right? Like he's being cocky about him.
Yeah,
I think cocky is always being good to a certain extent. Like it's always good to have
yeah,
self-confidence in you, and you should always be
hmm
confident in yourself. But there's one point when like, oh, it's like it gets too much, you know?
hmm
Uh,
yeah, and I get that because like it's hard because when you're doing something, I feel like when you think about like for like you're doing your show, you always want to try to make it the best, and if like you see
and I bring
somebody
in the
doing
best
something.
guest.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
No, but like, you know what I mean? You're always trying to do some things like bigger and better and, trying to do like something different. Like you're like, oh, I'm going to post every week or I'm going to do like a little video that I post on my Instagram or something. You always try to think of little things like that. And but it doesn't take away from the fact that like you're trying to, like, it's not like because you're seeking attention, but you like, or like because you're seeking validation from others or something like that, but it's because you yourself want to make yourself do the best thing possible, you know like you want the best possible thing to be out there, the best possible thing, the like with Messi, right? Or with
Yeah.
them, how we're talking about in sports context, right? They know that they're one of the best, right? That they're like top like 5 in the world,
And all
top like
time.
20 in history,
Yeah.
like they're the best of the best. There's only one of them every generation, maybe two, right? And they have to like think, if they put themselves lower, they would never get there,
Yeah.
they would never get there because they're like, oh, I'm not that good, they'll be like, nah, I'm a beast, dude, I'm the best, and that's how they get to be like even better.
Yeah. And I feel like we're really lucky because how you say in generations, sometimes we just see one. Like for example, in basketball, we saw Michael Jordan, and then like a generation after, then we saw LeBron. We didn't get to see them at the same time. And that's the two
Yeah,
people we think are GOATs. So imagine if we got to see them both play in the same generation. We're like, oh, we could like have more of an idea, oh, who's the GOAT.
yeah, like a comparison.
And in soccer, we're really lucky that we got to see both Messi and Ronaldo at the same time in the same league, in the Spanish league, Real Madrid against Barcelona. So that's like a one in a lifetime. We're not going to see that in this next generation.
Yeah, no, there's gonna be one dude that's gonna be like from
Above
Hungary,
all.
or something, and he's gonna be like, his name's gonna be like Osh Forcing, and he's gonna be a beast. And then there's not gonna be another one for another 40 years.
Yeah, and that's crazy to think.
Yeah,
So when
it's trippy.
when we talk about like in soccer, I have people like friends that we talk a lot about soccer, and then we got to this point now because we used to, oh, like, oh, Messi's better, oh, Ronaldo's better. We would just argue, but now we see them getting old, and we just have to enjoy the rest of the time we have watching both of them play. And my one of my dreams is to watch Ronaldo play soccer in real life. That's one of my
Yeah,
things.
yeah, dude, that's crazy, huh? I
And
wish I was telling my dad how, how the World Cup, not this one, but the
the
one that's
next
coming
one
up, it's
is
gonna
gonna be
be
here.
in the
Was
U.S.
Mexico, USA, Canada?
Yeah, and I was telling my dad, I was like, we have to go to a game, and we have to like if possible, like a few,
Yeah,
because
that's a
to
once in a
watch literally the
lifetime thing, bro.
best people in the world, you know what I mean, and they're in your home country.
Representing your country. Yeah, their
Oh my
country.
god, I don't honestly, I probably would not go to watch the USA team just because they are not that good. They didn't even make the World Cup the other time,
Yeah,
but
they're playing really good right now.
yeah, they're doing a lot better. I feel like if you've noticed that, like the MLS has been trying a lot to, how do I say it? Like, be a part of like culture, and to
Yeah,
be more like like not just like, oh yeah, we have the soccer league. It's like, no, we're like trying to make it fun and cool, and like just recently I watched them. They had a game with the MLS All Stars and
the Liga
the Mexico,
MX.
yeah, Liga MX. And it
Yeah,
was like so cool, to watch
legit.
like the best players from every league. And I was like, this is the thing that it needs, because if Mexican people, Hispanic people in America realize that soccer is here in the US, and there's like teams, and there's good players here, like Chicharito, he plays for Galaxy.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
even though he's not
good,
that good no more, but yeah, like he's
yeah,
he's a known player. He's
yeah, yeah,
known.
and there's a lot of other people that are, pretty good in a lot of teams. It's like, I think it's good because I love soccer. It's one of my favorite sports.
I love soccer too, bro.
I love soccer. I don't keep, just because it's hard to keep up. That's right. Look at that. For me, it's hard. I don't really have a team. Soccer, I love it so much, and like there's too many teams and leagues and stuff where I'm just like, I'll watch anything. I'll watch the best people. I'll watch anything.
Whoever's
I
playing.
love it. Whoever's playing, because I love soccer. And I just like that. I feel like, especially because they have a team here, Atlanta United.
They're pretty good too.
Yeah, they're pretty decent, and I'm like, dude, this is so great that this sport that I love so much is actually becoming like relevant here, you know?
I've seen cultures like, how each city has their own culture, and three teams in the USA who actually have a really good culture. It's Atlanta, Miami, and is LAFC.
Yeah.
those three teams,
LAFC, dude.
those three teams have really good culture, and it's the new teams who did like I didn't think you guys have you guys didn't have like a soccer team not too long ago, huh? And
No,
into like barely
I
those
think
new
of 4
teams,
years ago or something.
those new teams that are coming up, those are people who like are getting the most fans and are changing the culture. Those the old teams like Houston Dynamo used to be good. Right now they suck. LA Galaxy isn't the team they used to be. But what I see the culture these new teams are bringing, it's crazy. It's like what you see in England. In England, there's like sorry teams, but
Yeah.
their fans, their culture, they support it. And even though they're not the best teams, you're always gonna see fans there at every single game.
Yeah.
And that's what we need here in the US.
Honestly, dude, LAFC. I saw them. They were playing a game in the LA stadium over there.
Yeah.
LAFC and LA Galaxy. I was
El
watching it on,
Clásico.
yeah, El Clásico. I was watching it, right, and I had the volume all the way up because that's how I watch things, right.
Of
I was like,
course.
gotta shake your bones, and they were like, this dude was gonna go for a penalty kick, and then everyone is like cheering him on. They have drummers there. They have smoke,
Yeah.
and I literally started getting chills, bro. I was like shaking. I was like, oh my god, I can't imagine how that would feel to
At the
be
game.
at the stadium. You know what I
Dude.
mean? And that shows you like what we're saying, the culture that they're making it like, where like going to a game is an experience. That's how it should be. It's not just
Yeah.
like when you see some like how the MLS used to be and how like some of the crappier teams are, right? You
Yeah.
look at the when they go to the stadium, it's empty and it's just freaking sad. It looks like a COVID game. And it's like, bro, this is annoying. This looks I don't even want to watch it. Why should I watch it? No one paid
Yeah.
to watch it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And but yeah, I would love that soccer is impacting the culture and is becoming relevant here in America.
And I think it's good for the US national team in general because most US players play in the MLS, and that's how
Mhm.
they're gonna get like I guess more support, and they're gonna rather stay here than go to Europe. And by
Yeah.
staying here, they one you get more chemistry with other players in the US, and I just more fans, because it's just easier to come and see.
Yeah, especially in the United States markets, that's why everybody like tries to sell everything here because it's just like, American people got money to spend. Even even when COVID's going on, people have money to spend. It's
For
crazy.
yeah, I don't know. My head kind of froze for a second.
Yeah, you're good, bro. It's
That
okay,
happens. You get a brain fart.
dude. Yeah, brain farts all the time, man. I get brain diarrhea. You know what I mean? It's just like where it's like you're there for like 10 minutes. And I'm like, just
You're wondering what
word
supposed to talk
word
to.
barf. Yeah,
You have
pero
something
tú
you want to talk
dime.
about? No, no, no. You
I wanna I wanna ask you. I wanna ask you. How
ask me.
are you feeling, bro?
Mentally, kind of stressed. Like I have a whole bunch of things going on in my head. But one of the
What's
things that
going
I
on?
do, like I just wanted to hop back on the what I feel something's gonna get me back on track is this podcast because I
Hmm.
need to make time for it. And if you don't make time for
Yeah,
it,
yeah, and you're gonna be able to. Yeah, I get you. Cause I've been thinking. It's funny because I was literally thinking about it. Like when we were planning this or whatever.
yeah,
I was like, man, so so how to doing this makes me want to like try to hurry up and get my thing going again.
yeah,
Because like that's what I was saying you. It's like you said that I inspired you, whatever. But I like that. I like it that you're doing this because when other people are in the space of something, when people are doing other things like you have common interests and stuff. You guys motivate each other, and
yeah.
that's how I feel like you're motivating me, because the thing I got, it's like right now I'm literally building a studio for
Really?
for
Oh,
my
that's
for
sick.
yeah, and it's gonna
I
be
do one in
like
my room.
yeah. No, well, I mean, I was doing it in my room forever,
Yeah,
and I like, but now like the opportunity came up and I'm almost done, and I'm building this studio for everything, and like I've been slacking on it honestly because
dude.
I've been working on this for like two
If I go
months.
to Atlanta, I want to be one of your guests, bro.
Dude, heck yeah, we haven't had an in-person guest, like a real in-person guest. Mm-mm.
That's
Oh
the
well,
one
not
thing
on
I
the
want to
video,
do.
not on
That's
the
the
video.
one thing I want to do. I want to have an in-person guest, and we're fixing up our backyard. So hopefully, I have a friend here from Houston just come and join me.
Yeah,
because it feels really just small in my room. I want like what I want to buy an actual camera to
Yeah.
actually like get a good view instead of I'm using my Mac camera.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks good. Like you actually have like, I could tell you have like a light and stuff, and you actually make it look good.
Yeah, I
You
have
know.
since it's sports. I try to fill up with like sports things. I have
Yeah.
a few. I have few sports players here. Of course, Star Wars because I love Star Wars. I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
Marvel. I'm not sure if you noticed this one, but it's the monkey from Lion King.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, what's your favorite Marvel superhero, bro?
Come on, bro.
Who?
Iron Man.
Iron Man?
Yes, I
Me,
love
it's
Iron Man.
Spider Man, bro.
The new. Oh, we could talk about the new upcoming movie. With the you seen the trailer, huh? You have to see the trailer.
Yes.
Are you
Yes,
excited
I
about it?
have. I'm so like, bro, I'll tell you, my brothers were literally just telling me about it. I was like, guys, I'm dying to watch this movie. I'm not gonna be able to live until this movie comes out. And they're
Venom
telling me,
too.
you're, oh my God, yeah. But they were telling me, they're like, bro, you're overhyping it. I'm like, I'm scared because I think all three Spider-Men are gonna be in it,
I think
you
so
know?
too. I think so too.
And I'm just like,
Because
right
it's
now,
rumors. You
I'm
see
literally getting
rumors on
chills.
TikToks.
Yeah, I know, bro. And then they have like a thing where like they showed because you know how in the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire,
Yeah,
it was
that's my
what's
favorite.
his name? James Franco. He was his best friend,
Oh, and it comes out
Harry.
he's an actor. Like
And
he's in
it
the
shows
cast.
that like he's like in the trailer something, there's like a thing that like his voice from the old movie or something like that, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm
It
gonna
has to be, bro.
die.
It has to be. All three Spider-Mans have to be in it. I don't know how it's gonna
Dude.
work, but
It would work out so perfectly too, because you know how there's like the multiverse theory?
yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that totally works out. You know what I mean?
Like
And
for
I
people
want to
who
watch
aren't
a
into
Miles
Marvel,
Morales. Yeah, what were you saying?
for people like who aren't into like Marvel, then like, what's that?
Oh my bro. If you haven't watched a Marvel movie, if you haven't been up to date on the story and tried to watch as many as you can,
Sad, bro.
you need to get a
Disappointed.
life, bro. You might think that I don't have a life because I watch every single movie on Disney Plus,
In
but
order?
you're the one without a life. Yeah, in order and everything,
Hell
dude.
yeah, that's
I
what I
watched
did.
Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, everything.
Have you watched Star Wars in order too?
I watched the original Star Wars.
In order? Or like all of them or not?
Yeah, yeah.
Me too.
The trilogy, yeah. But I haven't been keeping up. I haven't watched Mandalorian yet. I have Disney
You
Plus,
haven't
but I
watched
haven't
it?
watched.
That was good.
Mm-mm.
I like Mandalorian.
Yeah,
It has a good story to it.
is it like pre? It's like a prequel, kind of, right? Like before.
It's weird because it's a little bit of both.
Oh, okay, like flashbacks or whatever.
Yeah, but it's actually really good.
Ah, man, I might have to watch it.
Oh my god,
I
I
get I
see.
get scared when I start something new,
Yeah.
and like, cause I'm like, now I'm gonna have to like come. It's like a relationship. I'm gonna have to commit
I'm
to
gonna have to
it and
commit
make
to it
time
for how
for it.
long?
I know it's like, dang, every time I decide to watch an episode, I'm gonna have to be here for 30, 40 minutes. You know what I mean?
You're like, is it gonna be long term or short term?
For real, huh? Oh
Oh,
my
that's fun.
goodness. Yeah, it's hilarious. So, but yeah, why do you like Iron Man?
I just feel I feel like I'm Iron Man. No.
You're
Like
Iron. That's
when
such so cool.
well,
I
I don't
am
know.
Iron Man.
I no, because when you have a favorite character, you're like, oh, I want to be him. Like, I want to be Spider-Man. I want to be Iron Man. I want to be Hulk. I see myself as like I could be Iron Man. Isn't that crazy?
And what way? What do you think? How?
Like technology and all like the stuff like that.
Hmm.
That's
And I feel like you have a lot of like, you're very confident like him.
is that good or bad?
You know what I mean? I
You're
think
good.
no, I think it's
You're like
good.
You're like Sahara. You're cocky.
No, yeah, he especially like some of the movies, like what was it, Civil War? Like you hate Iron Man. You're kind of like, it's hard to like Iron Man.
But
You know what I mean?
even though I was an Iron Man fan, I'm like, bro, come on.
Yeah. You watched Civil War? That one?
Yeah, all of
That
them. I
movie
watched all
was
of them.
that movie was so hard to like Iron Man. You're just like, man, Iron Man sucks, dude. Like right now, he's horrible.
At the time, I kind of wanted Captain America, and I was like, you know,
Yeah, I
that's
feel
okay.
you.
I'm not a big Captain
But
America fan.
yeah, me neither. I don't think. I don't know. He's
Dude, I
not
don't know
that
why he
cool
had
to
to
me.
go back and be. He had to go back, but He went back
Oh,
in.
like at the end of Endgame.
Yeah, I
I
was
know.
like,
I thought that was
bro,
weird because I was thinking, I was like, that kind of that makes sense, you know?
because
Because like,
he's not gonna be in the future movies,
yeah, that's
not
another
him
thing.
or Iron Man. So we technically we said goodbye to Iron Man and we said goodbye to Captain America.
Yeah. Well, now there's what's his name? Sam Wilson.
Oh, oh, I don't know if I
I
should.
forgot the fool's real name. But say it. Go there.
Have you seen Chang, the new movie, the new Marvel movie
Which one?
with the
Oh,
10 rings?
Shang-Chi?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I've seen it.
crazy. That's a good movie,
Hella
huh?
good movie.
That's a really good
Yeah.
movie.
Really good. It was really good. Bro, okay, I'm not gonna lie, right? And then, forgive me. I watched it at the theater, right? Because I was
Yeah,
desperate to watch it, right? And I was like,
I mean,
and
same.
I was at the mall, like, to what's it called, to change my phone or something, or to ask about my phone. And then I was like, man, that
Ni
movie's
modo.
on. I'm like, screw it, dude. I'm gonna watch the movie. I don't care. You know what I mean? And I was like, I went to watch the movie. And then, but dude, I went over there and I bought my ticket and I went to go get popcorn. And then there's this dude next to me, this white guy. He comes with his kids and he's like, hey, my kids want to watch that Marvel movie. And okay, let me get you. How many tickets? 5. And he's like, okay, we don't need any more information, right? Like, let me
Yeah.
sell you the tickets. But then this guy goes, he's like, yeah, I want to watch what's it called? Like the Marvel movie. Yeah, we got you.
Imagine if you put it for Black Panther.
Because people can't say it right, like Shang-Chi,
Yeah.
they can't say it. It's kind of hard to say. But he goes like, yeah, we want to watch the Ching Chong movie. I was like, bro, that's the most racist thing I've ever heard.
You could have said, bro.
The Ching Chong movie.
Uh,
Oh, I had to hold in my laugh, bro. That's hilarious. I
you're
went to the
making me laugh.
bathroom and laughed. I want to watch the Ching Chong movie, bro. That's horrible. What'd you
That's
think about it?
I loved the movie, bro. I was so entertained the whole
Yeah.
time. I felt like it had such a good story behind it too. It wasn't just full action; it had a story,
Hmm.
and that's what I like.
Yeah, and it was like, the whole time you feel so weird about the villain. I don't want to say too many details or whatever,
Spoiler for the
but
people who
like,
hasn't seen it.
I don't want to spoil it, because I'm like,
Too
you
bad,
gotta watch
spoiler.
it.
You should spoil it, bro. Now,
Okay, it's his freaking dad, you know, basically, and it's like, but it's complicated, It's like he's a villain, but it's a complicated storyline, and you don't know how to feel.
and then his
You're
mom.
like,
I mean, we saw his mom died, and then they thought it was his mom. He thought the
they,
dad thought it was his mom.
yeah, he thought the mom, but it was the other thing, and it's,
It was. I mean, for
but
him, I mean, I thought it was like, bro, it's common sense, bro. They told you it's not. Like she's dead. We saw, like
yeah,
her tribe, right? It was like her tribe, like where she came from.
yeah.
They're like, no, she's not
Yeah, I
alive.
don't care. I don't care if we spoil it. Yeah, I hated. I just can't believe I was like, you felt so weird, because you wanted to hate the dad because he was like training his kids. He was like, you see how he was when he was with the mom, and then you see how after she died, he was like so mean to them and everything, and the way he acted was different. And he was like, I don't know, you didn't want to like him, but then the way it ended when he died, I was like,
And
man,
then
like
you were like,
you can't, you feel good about him, like you love the guy.
he trained his kids to kill.
Yeah,
And
to be
that's
assassins.
to be assassin. That was pretty crazy. It, like,
Yeah,
is that still a thing? You think is that still a thing right now? Like, people
like
still do
people
that?
training their kid to be an assassin or something.
Yeah, or like,
I or like people training like kids.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you look like Afghanistan, I bet the Taliban trains like 5-year-olds with AK-47s. You know what I mean?
No, no, but like I feel like with karate and stuff like that, you know?
Oh, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I almost went political on you. Dang. Uh,
I know. I
I
was
don't
like,
know. They're like, let's not talk about that. But I think maybe in Asian cultures, yeah, in a lot of Asian culture, maybe it's not like as like crazy, but
as it
I
used to
think
be.
definitely it's like, yeah, as it used to be. But I think definitely it's still something that they do to like teach them discipline, kind of more like, to
I
like
feel
give
like
them
that's
good
so cool.
principles.
I feel like karate is so cool. I used to take karate, and when I was in Mexico for a bit, like growing up,
Yeah,
and I just thought karate was so fun because you do it as for defense. Like you're never gonna start off and attack somebody.
yeah,
You've always used karate for if this ever happens to you, if you ever get attacked, stuff like that. So I thought it was pretty cool, like the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, any type of combat. I did boxing for about a year and a half too. I never sparred anybody, but I trained a lot,
Yeah.
right? And I was probably 14, 13, 14, and I was training for about a year and a half, maybe two. And I remember, bro, that it was something that it was hard, but every time I think about it, I was like, you know what? It helped me a lot because it helped me to it like especially because in boxing you have to do a lot of running, a lot of cardio, because
It's for your
you have no
stamina, right?
idea.
Yeah, you need to
Oh my
last
god, bro.
8 rounds.
Yeah, and then like you don't think that you'd get so tired. Like I mean, I've done like I've my friends and I we used to box each other, right? Like at the park. And it wasn't very good because like, we would hurt each other kind of bad sometimes. But we would box each other like at the park, and we would do like 3 like 2-minute rounds, and everybody would be dying.
That's
You know,
yeah.
like
You get
you have no
exhausted.
idea how tired because like you're in like a tense position maintaining your thing and trying
Trying
in
to
every
defend.
single punch you do to hit like almost as hard as you can. Because if you just tap a guy like this, like nothing, you
Yeah.
have to
Hit
punch the
them
guy
with everything.
every single time, and you're throwing like 100 punches, at least, if especially like with that. So it's like it's really tough, but it teaches you to like how to be able to control your mind a little bit and to be able to withstand something for like even though it's painful, even though it's hard, to be able to be better, to be able to reach the goal that you have or whatever.
I'm really glad you talked about boxing. Now I want to ask you this question, and I think you know where I'm gonna go. You
Okay.
think Jake Paul is bad for boxing, the sport of boxing?
Jake Paul. Honestly, I'll tell you what, bro. I I try to be very open about everything, right?
Yeah.
About everything. Like I'm never like, you can't do that, you can't do this, right? Uh it's like even in sports, right? Like when I think about boxing, you try to tell me the last time that there was somebody that impacted the sport of boxing as much as Jake Paul is doing right now, right?
You have to go
Like
back to Mayweather.
you'd have to go back to Mayweather, like prime Mayweather, like 10, 12 years ago. You know what I mean? Like when he was like fighting Canelo and stuff,
and and
like,
and Pac-Man.
yeah, and Manny Pacquiao too, he was like a super big hit. And it's like, but even them, it was like they made noise in the boxing well, Mayweather more like mainstream, but they were like big in the boxing world. Like who else? Tyson Fury, you know what I mean?
Uh,
Like when Tyson Fury was the world heavyweight champion, I don't feel like many people cared. You know what I mean? Like when he beat Anthony Joshua, or when Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua, no one cared almost.
yeah,
Like boxing people cared, but now Jake Paul has everyone caring about every single fight, and now he's like, oh yeah, well I don't like this guy, I don't like this other guy, and now they're like, oh let me watch this guy's next fight, you
yeah.
know, to see like how what my opinion would be of how he would do against Jake Paul. And now you're watching this guy like Canelo, or you're watching different people, you're watching them and trying to be like, oh, okay, I'm understanding. I think Jake Paul, even though people hate him, and I don't know if what how he's doing it is like the best,
Yeah.
you know, because he hasn't really fought a real boxer yet. Obviously that's a plan from him too, because he's learning as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's really good what he's doing for boxing.
I think it's really good because for a minute I used to only watch a Canelo fight, because I'm
Yeah, same.
Mexican, like you support
Canelo and
Canelo.
Mayweather, I would hate watch Mayweather.
Yeah. But I think what Jake Paul's doing is really good just because I feel for a time boxing was kind of dead. That's what I think.
Sure.
Boxing was dead, and now he's bringing it back to life. He's making he's making young people who wouldn't watch boxing actually to the sport of boxing. Like me, I wasn't watching boxing like all crazy. Now I'm into the sport now. Why?
Yeah.
Mostly it started with Logan. I like Logan.
Mhm.
I like Logan more than Jake Paul as a person, but I like Jake Paul way more as a boxer. Jake Paul's just a better boxer and stuff like that. So
100%.
I honestly love what Jake Paul's doing, and I feel like the way he's doing it, that's the only way it works now, by calling people out the way he is. Because if he was
Yeah.
like any other boxer, it wouldn't work out. If he honestly tried to be super professional, if he tried to be like all the other boxers, it wouldn't help him. Even though he has a big platform, I just feel it wouldn't be as a big deal as what he does now with Mayweather. He got with the hat, he took Mayweather
Mhm.
hat, stuff like that. It
Yeah.
wouldn't work if he didn't have that personality.
Because you got to think about it. What boxing, like the people that watch boxing, they respect it a lot, right? Because they
Sorry, it's music in the
understand.
background.
Oh, you're
My
good,
kid
bro.
just came and I was like, keep
You're
on.
good. But like boxing, you know, it's something that people have a lot of respect for, right? And they understand the work that goes into it. And that's why there's so much like professionalism, like you see people like Canelo, where you don't really see him calling up people out, and it's like, but you got to think at the end of the day, what is it? It's a combat sport. You're going in there with the intention basically to kill the other person, to hurt them, to cause damage to them.
Please don't ever kill
And
me. I've never boxed before.
yeah, I know. Oh man, have you watched? There's this guy, Puerto Rican fighter that he got in a fight with this other black guy, and the guy was hitting the Puerto Rican dude in the back of the head on purpose. Hit him like 5 times. This guy, dude, he's a potato now. Like
No.
they have to feed him. He's like, like super
Yeah.
sad. You should watch. There's like documentary on him, like 20-minute documentary on YouTube. Super sad, but but
That's
it's a
crazy.
dangerous sport.
Because it's really,
That's why
yeah.
there's so much respect
I hit in the back of
because
the head. It's over.
and it's like you have to think you're going into this where you're like, okay, I'm agreeing to let this guy come at me, hit me in the face, and I'm gonna hit him back. It takes a lot of courage to do that, a lot of balls, but at the same time, it's combat sport, right?
Yeah.
Every time you see people, they go up for the fight picture, and then they shake hands after, or they're taking a selfie together, and it's like, you know, I could see why people don't care. But you
Yeah.
watch the UFC, the
Oh,
UFC
hell.
is people giving each other the middle finger and talking about their wives, you know what I mean, or their kids.
That's only
And
Connor, bro.
that's
That's
what
only
Jake
Connor.
Paul is. No, I know, but even like the professional guys, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna f this guy up. I'm gonna do something, like it's a lot more like, the reality of it. Like the people that are doing fighting, like UFC or boxing, they have something mentally where they want to hit people. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing that you like that anyone could tell me that's like, I'm not saying it's bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like a good like
It's
release of whatever.
entertaining.
It's entertaining, it's something they've crafted, they have a lot they've worked on, but they have something where they're like, I need to hit somebody, or I need to be the best at trying to hit somebody. You know what I mean? And it's like, but they don't show it. But now what is Jake Paul doing? He's saying, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you, because you shook hands with the last guy and you said it was a good fight when you lost and you have a black eye, you suck,
Yeah.
you know? Like you're just there to lose fights. And now
Yeah.
he's getting people mad. You know what I mean? Because like who was it that he was that other guy? Who was he calling out on his last fight?
From the UFC.
No, he's a boxer. He's a young kid. Forgot his name. It's like Rooney or something like that.
I forgot, to be honest.
Some weird name, but like that kid, like he hasn't had a lot of significant fights, but now people are like watching him, they give a crap about him because he's actually do something,
Yeah.
and yeah, I want to ask you, what did you think about the decision on the fight, Tyron Woodley?
I
And
did not think it was the decision at all, bro. I feel like Jake Paul should have won.
I
Like
feel like
straight
it
up.
should have been unanimous.
Yeah, me too. With Jake Paul, right? For Jake Paul.
Dude, first 3 rounds, everybody gets Jake Paul,
Yeah,
right?
I felt
Maybe you could give
he
the
got
fourth and like the seventh to
because
Tyron Woodley
he got waddled a little bit. Jake Paul got waddled, but
on like the
he
seventh
came
round.
back. No, he got waddled in the fourth round when like he hit the
Oh,
ropes.
oh yeah, that was the fourth round.
Yeah, and then in the seventh round he just got like a big hit, but like he took it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I feel like after the fourth round, that's like he didn't win the fourth round, he didn't win the seventh round, but the fifth, sixth, and the eighth round, he won. And what's it called? And I felt like that was really impressive because he's never been like actually hit before. He got hit by a really good striker. He doesn't play around. He has like knocked people out. So I thought that
Yeah,
was really impressive. I was like, he took a hit, he came back. Like, you know, when you get a hit, you're like, oh my God, like, dude, I'm not gonna be able to last, you know?
Like you're in that moment where you're dazed.
So I thought that was really impressive, to be honest. And
Yeah.
that's where he got my respect more, you know? Like I was already a fan of Jake Paul. Now I'm like, bro, like I think he's actually gonna be a boxer for like a minute. He's not gonna stop right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. No, dude, after the sixth round, I was like, Jake's got into the bag, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if he
Because
doesn't get knocked out, I kept telling my dad too. I was like, if he doesn't get knocked out, he wins.
he's
Like
yeah.
unanimous decision. You
Because
know what I mean?
for the other guy to win, Woodley to win, he had to knock him out. If he didn't knock him out, he wasn't gonna win.
Yeah. The only person that scored that fight right, I feel like was that judge that made the decision where he gave it like 78 to or like 58 to like 54 or something like that. Where he gave him or no 58 to 53. He gave him 5 rounds,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or 88 to 83, whatever.
I feel like it should have been 2 rounds to Woodley.
Yeah, I was like, only two, maybe three. Like you could
Maybe you
maybe
could have
give him
done.
three.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. And then there's people like I did a poll on Twitter, and I was actually surprised how many people. I think that like 1,000 people voted. I got like
Oh
2 likes on the
damn.
tweet, but a
But
thousand
some
people voted.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Dude, for
Uh,
real, huh?
dude,
That's why I was like,
I relate
let me
with you
check
on
out this
Instagram.
tweet.
Yeah.
Huh?
I relate with you on that on Instagram. Like you get so many,
For real,
like
huh?
you get so many views, and then how many likes you get? Oh, you get 150 likes. You get two. Like for example, I'm gonna be straight up. I have a whole bunch of fake followers, like
Yeah.
people who just talk for no reason. Well, I have like 1,000 something followers, 1,400, and I only get like 150 likes, and I'm like, can I unfollow these people?
For real. Or can I make you unfollow me?
Yeah, is
I'm
there a way I
like, you
could
ain't
do
even
that?
here. I think there is. Like, I think there's like apps that like where you could like it'll block them and then unblock them. You know,
Okay,
so
yeah,
basically like they're forced to unfollow you.
unfollow you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, and
because
if
I
they're
just
like not
checked.
really following you, they won't know.
I have 1,500 people, and like sometimes on my stories, I get like 900 views, and I'm like, what
Yeah,
for? And then I post a picture, 100 likes, like you know, and like I
yeah.
rather have less followers and keep the same amount of likes and have all these followers. And like, is that weird?
No, I get you because it's like me when I get like on. I remember I think about it a lot because it's so like on my YouTube channel,
Yeah,
right? For like the podcast, we have like 140 or something like that subs, and like each video only gets like 40 views sometimes, you know?
yeah.
And I'm
Mine's
like,
weird. Mine goes up and down, like on
yeah.
like sometimes it depends on the guest. Hopefully you bring me more views. But what was it? Like on some, like I think the max I've ever gotten was 70. But
Mhm.
and then I have like two or three with like 12 viewers, and I have others with like 40. Like, but mostly it's the average of like 40, you know?
Yeah. Oh shoot, I think my camera went out.
Yeah, kind of, yeah, I did for a second.
Okay. I'm gonna try to switch my battery while we're talking, but yeah.
You
Dude,
keep
I
talking.
had the craziest thing that I have, I think was what's her name? You know that girl Beth? She has a podcast too called Tea Time with Beth.
I think I've seen it before. Like I've heard it once because I have a
Yeah.
friend who was on it.
Yeah. She was like she was telling us this story about how she was in an Uber and basically the dude was like not taking her home and like
What?
she was asking like why are you not taking me home and the guy was like
That's scary,
shut up,
bro.
shut up. And then like she's like crying, she can't even call anybody, she's trying to like she's too scared to call anybody, right?
Yeah, dude.
And then the
Anyone.
guy randomly was like, you know what, I'm sorry. And he's like, why? I was gonna do something to you but never mind, I don't want to anymore, I'm gonna drop you off somewhere. And she gets dropped off and has to call her like family, you know, like oh, but it's a really good podcast. I recommend people if you guys want to listen to that. It's
That's
really good.
crazy.
It's super trippy. If you
Wait,
watch like after like 20 minutes into it,
is it
that's
on
when she tells
yours or on
story.
hers?
On mine on the llama. If you look it up, it's
I
like
haven't. Well, I
spilling
never saw
tea
that
with
one.
Beth.
I
That's
never
what it's
saw that
called,
one.
bro. That one has that's the one we have the most views. I think it has like 400,
Damn, that's
and
crazy.
it has like 20 or 40 hours of watch time on it. Like people like were watching it's a really good crazy story,
It's the
not
most
good, you know.
important. It's the watch time. The watch time is one of the most important things on
Yeah, it's the watch time, bro. And but like I'm telling you, it was crazy because I recommend you watch it, bro, because she has like
yeah.
2 or 3 stories like that of like things like that, and it was like, oh my god, like you understand like how much girls go through, you know? It's so like
Yeah.
different for them.
All right, so we're gonna go towards the end of this podcast because I forgot to put a timer. But if you
Oh
could
yeah, and
give
my camera went out too. My bad.
if you could give advice to any a person watching or just me in general, what advice would you give?
In like what aspect?
And anything, just some random advice.
So well, like let me think. Me personally, something that like has been like a thought coming up to me and like helping me because like I have anxiety, right?
Yeah.
And like uh it's kind of weird to talk about it because I don't really tell people a lot about it, because like I've had like anxiety attacks and stuff, and I get like así,
Yeah.
ansioso. And something that like just about like life or like about, like the podcast or anything, like in almost every aspect, I sometimes it comes to me sometimes, but I feel like lately I've been able to control it a lot because just been thinking, you know what? I'm just gonna do I'm just gonna do whatever my best is. And if my best today is the my worst, what I would consider my worst tomorrow. Let me hold on, let me turn that off. What I would consider my worst tomorrow, then that's okay. It's just like just gotta, try your best at all times, even on the days where like let's say you don't have ganas to do
Yeah.
anything, or you're like on a down day and for some reason you're feeling sad or you're feeling like overwhelmed or something, just think, I'm gonna do my best, whatever my best may be, even if it's not much. Like, let's say your best today is like, I'm gonna do my bed, or I'm just gonna get out of bed and take a walk. That's your best today. Like, whatever, bro. That's your best, man. As long as you do your best, it doesn't matter, because it's too much to be working on, like worrying about dumb things. Oh, hello, who's that?
It's my cousin. She's saying goodbye because she's leaving. I say goodbye.
Hello. Bye. Oh my
Bye.
God. Jered Garcia. Who's Jered?
He's my guest. So,
Okay. All right. Bye.
all right.
What up?
Hey,
What up,
well,
bro?
I think that was the way you were going. That was really deep.
Yeah, I mean, that's just something that's been on my mind, because I would always think like that. Like, is this enough or am I doing good? It's like, you know what? Don't think about it. Just try your best
Yeah.
and go like kind of go with the flow. You know what I mean? Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just, live life, man.
Right. Well, Jared, that was actually really deep, and I feel like that's good because what's it called? It makes us think.
Yeah.
And also for like people who like sometimes they do have anxiety attack. I feel because I've seen this a lot in school. You know how people judge them. Like I feel like you should never
Yeah.
do that. We should always be like supportive, even though like we don't know like what people go through. Because like
Yeah.
I don't know what like my neighbor goes through, right?
Yeah.
So whenever you see her, we should always try to be like the nicest as we can.
Yeah.
But I guess we're gonna end the podcast on that positive note. Always be
Mhm.
nice, always be kind, be supportive to everyone. And this last thing, go pack, go Packers. All right. I appreciate
Yeah.
you, Jared.
Yeah, dude,
Hopefully
same,
I
bro.
do go to Atlanta and I'm one of your in-person guests. I'm inviting
Ooh,
myself.
heck yeah.
I'm inviting
Dude,
myself.
yes, you're invited, dude.
All right.
You're formally invited, bro.
All right. Well, I guess hopefully next week. Peace.
Okay. Peace, y'all.